Alrighty, here we are back at Let's Play Transport Fever 2. This is episode 4, I believe. In episode 3, we completed the goods line going out to Aurora, I believe, or something to that effect. But today, what I want to talk about is it was Norfolk. I did a little housekeeping because, after watching that episode back, it was really long and I was getting pretty tired towards the end of it. And honestly, I was just rushing to get it done, and the stations just weren't laid out the way that I would have liked. So I did some housekeeping. I've relayed everything down, and I think I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a overview of the changes that I made offline. And another thing is, I think I'm going to keep these episodes to 30 minutes. So, with that in mind, this episode will probably be primarily just discussing the changes I made offline and potentially setting up one or two of the new lines, because I did not actually create any new lines. I just cleaned up the existing lines and pretty much laid the foundation to start adding additional services. So with that being said, let's go ahead and zoom out here and you guys can take a look at the changes I've made. One of the things you're going to see right off the bat is I've really come back and I've relayed down every station. I expanded this out a little bit more. I added some more oil because with the plastics in there, fuel was suffering. So I think we have enough oil now to meet our demand. Little Rock was really taken off, so I went ahead and upgraded a few of its streets for trams. And I now have commuter routes set up going from Little Rock to the different work hubs and over to Norfolk. So let's just go and follow the track here. You can kind of see that we have a nice little freight depot yard here where our trains can queue up to leave. And I've quad tracked it all now. So we have dedicated freight lanes on the outside, dedicated passenger lanes on the inside. And as you can see, we have a train chugging along here. And we'll just go ahead and make our way, so if I can get the camera under control here, over here to our oil platform. We've added a steel platform in here as well. So I relayed this down, and this is basically our new, the way that I'm going to approach these through stations going forward. I'm going to have platforms on one side dedicated to one direction. So platforms coming in and going out will be on this side, and lines going in and out here will be on this side. What I'm finding is I don't really have any freight that needs to pick up and then continue on. If I find that I do need that, we will reserve this inside platform for that, and we'll just take this track to here. Make it real nice and clean, and it'll make it a throughway so that they can pick up and we can come out here and just kind of tie into there. Well, technically we would bring it back here and tie into freight here, but you get my point. All right, that being said, let's go take a look at where I made a lot of the real changes, because I'm actually pretty psyched about this. This took quite a bit of time to fix over here. This was a mess. I don't know if you remember at the end of the last episode, but this was definitely a mess. And I really struggled with how to get this depot in here with this tight of a turn. And with this station being this close, I kind of wish we had offset this station back this way a bit more. But as you can see, with the stations in town, I don't really have the luxury to have freight on both sides. So we do have freight coming in and out of both ways. And there's 4 platforms there. I believe there's 4. There might be 5. I'm pretty sure it's 4. No, there's 5 because you count that one. So that should be more than enough platforms to drop off 6 goods. You don't really need dedicated platforms to drop off. It's mostly dedicated platforms to pick up. And the other thing is, I didn't really master the art of doing the joinbacks until after I'd done this one, so I may come back and clean this up. I can make that look a lot nicer. But as you can see here, this is a vast improvement over the layouts we had before, and I've quad this all the way back. And we've taken it all the way to our goods depot. And I even built a station out here in Arvada. I don't believe I've connected it yet, so there's no catchment in the city yet. I haven't connected the streets yet. I did do a nice little overpass here for the highway to continue through. And we brought it all the way to Los Angeles here. So we have a nice little tunnel through the mountain here, another nice little tunnel through the mountain there, and here's our final destination. So as you can see, I did quite a bit of work offline. It technically wasn't offline. I actually recorded 2 episodes, but I really struggled in the first episode coming up with a layout. And so it was about 3 or 4 hours of me just relaying down all this track. And I realized that, nobody wants to watch me do that. So it's still in the folder. I may cut it down at some point and put it up. If anybody is interested in that, please leave a comment somewhere, and maybe I'll go through the effort of cutting it down in Premiere Pro. But I'm still learning Premiere Pro, so my editing skills aren't the best yet. So I just figured I would just do a whole new dedicated short episode, 30 minutes or so, to recap what I did offline and start to build out on these new services. So with that being said, I think we're good in Little Rock. It's grown again. It needs 2 more demands. So these are all the demands it's going to need. So it's going to need everything at some point. So we could start bringing goods over here if we wanted to. But like I said in my previous episode, I think we're going to limit ourselves to meeting 2 needs per city in the beginning until we start to get this spread out a bit. Because from what I can tell, the engine's really only rendering what's in view. So you see this fog back here? I don't think it's doing anything back there. At least nothing over there is impacting the performance yet. I mean, we're still at 60 frames per second. But we don't really have any lines over there, and we don't have any goods accumulating over there. So I thought what we may do today is start to get some services going to Arvada and Los Angeles. And Los Angeles needs fuel. It needs tools. Arvada needs fuel. It needs tools. It seems like somebody else needed tools. Norfolk initially needed con mats. So I would like to get con mats going. I think we'll get con mats and fuel and tools going this episode. And then maybe next episode, we will deliver them and fuel to Arvada and Los Angeles. So that gives you a little preview of what's to come and maybe some incentive to check back in. All right, that being said, let's go ahead and figure out where we're going to build our tools out. Now, one of the things in vanilla that you like to do is you want to leverage your wagons so that they're full both directions. Now, we have a mod in here that allows us to carry all cargo, so it's not quite as important. We can really just cherry pick which cargo we want to haul without worrying about running empty. But I do kind of want to build this out as close to vanilla as I can. With that said, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have one leg of the I don't know. I was going to put, this is my big depot. I mean, look at all the lines we got here. I really wanted to have this be where the final goods are assembled. And I mean, I may wind up moving the iron at some point, and maybe iron would be more appropriate over here. But I kind of wanted this to be a final goods depot. So maybe we'll haul wood here and make tools here. So let's actually go ahead and set up our tool factory. I think it was a very big one. And it's a nice square one, so we ought to be able to get this guy to fit right in there very easily. Now, unfortunately, yeah, it's got a lot of levels, so we can actually source our tools from multiple locations, or wood from multiple locations. So we want our interstate road here. We're going to just come off the end here so that we can delete the end. Like that. And we're going to extend our 4-lane highway here. And now we will upgrade this bad boy. And pull him across. And that should be well within catchment. Yep. All right, so there's our tools. Now we need lumber. That's right. So we got to go from wood to lumber to tools. So let's put our lumber way over here, and that'll give us a nice profitable run. And then we can put wood over there where we process oil. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That'll be a nice long run in each direction. So we're going to put our lumber mill right here, and I think this one's one of those squirrely ones where it's not quite squared up. That's not too bad. So again, we got the little problem with our streets, but what we do is we just delete the one that's going to be in the way, and don't worry, we'll fix it. We'll fix it all. And we'll come back in here and we'll just kind of draw off somewhere to create a node. Now I can delete. And we can reconnect our big 6-way. Upgrade this little guy. And connect him back up. Alright, we're doing good on time so far. Now we're just going to go add the wood. And we got wood over here. Now what I forgot to do was actually put the buildings on this side. So we can do that now real quickly. We do need to actually have, well, I didn't do it on that side either, so I won't worry about it. It's not, you don't actually have to have the little passenger stairwells in order for them to cross, but I think it looks nicer. All right, let's put our road in, and then we will add our forest. So one of the things I figured out in my remodeling is if I can get this guy just a touch, see how you get that little blue touch? That's the perfect width for a 4-way or a 6-way. So see how my 4-way connects out all that way, but if I want to upgrade it to a 6-way, it'll fit. So that's handy to know. All right, so let's go and get some trees here. Now the one downside we might have is this actually was filling up pretty quick. All right, good news, we have one open platform. All right, so this will kind of cap off. Well, it's worst case scenario, I could always come out the other side. I was just trying to avoid that, but that's fine. If we have to, we have to. It's not the end of the world. Or I could add more platforms and move everything over, but I was trying to avoid that. But we got a platform there for wood. Alrighty, so now the forced ones are a little unique. I know we're going to need more than one. So what I'm trying to do here is set these up so that you can have a couple of them. Yeah, we're getting in the way of that road over there. I thought we might. I think we can come this way though. Let's do this. So this platform is already getting pretty overloaded anyways, so I think we're going to be bringing a whole lot of additional material here. All right, we got trees. All right, that's that. So the way that you typically want to do these things is you want to work your way back from the demand. And what I mean by that is you need to find, okay, where am I going to be delivering tools to? I'm pretty sure tools, needed to go to like Arvada. So let's get Arvada connected here. Now, this is one of those things where, see how we came off Main Street here and then we started making this turn? We got enough dough. I'm going to do some corrective surgery here. to stop time just so this stuff doesn't rebuild back. Yeah, we're going to come. It's hard to get this thing to come off here the way I want it to. Good enough. Connect him in. Cross street here. So we'll go ahead and bring this guy up. Bring him over. Down. Sometimes you can't be afraid to help shape your town, especially when it starts to do things that doesn't make any sense. All right, that looks mucho better. It's through. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to upgrade some of these streets and make them tram ready. And this will give us a nice city that can grow on us. So all the way through. Isn't possible, huh? It's right there. It'll find a way. Alright, and then residential area, so we'll loop it in. Straight up the middle. Alright. That should give us plenty of throughput through the town. And now I can grow up around this. And we really won't have to come back and prune anything for a while. Let's go and get our tram station in. And we are going to need quite a few of these, so I'll put it in right here. And we're going to put our freight off to the side a bit here. Now, because the freight tends to get pretty long, what I really like to do is do it this way. And this will make sense here in a moment. Because freight has buildings now, I'm trying to leave room for them. And what we're going to do here is we're going to add a couple platforms. Keep in mind we're going to have 6 goods at some point. So we're going to want enough room on these platforms to hold essentially an entire train's worth of deliveries. And that's what I'm trying to make sure we have enough capacity for, is so that we can hold an entire train's worth of deliveries. I didn't get that far enough away from the street. That's all right. We can put the small buildings in. Just don't hold as much. Big ones on the end? No. We can put some small ones here. Line that whole thing up with small ones if we wanted to. All right. So this street is going to naturally want to come off this way. So let's go and turn off our. Did I not electrify the tram? Bring him down this way. Should have kept tram. I did. I don't really need to electrify the freight hub. Although I wish you could do tram cargo. That would be an interesting concept. Let's go ahead and make that 4-lane all the way through. There we go. Oakley dokley. I didn't make the cargo deliverable from this end. Screwed this up. Alright guys, I thought I had this all ready for us. That was my intent anyways. Well, here, I'll just show you how I've been doing this then. So the way that I typically would do this is you want to come off 2. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so 2 there. 8 tracks. Come up here. And we'll go ahead and bulldoze placeholders. Now we put these here just to get the distance right. And the reason why I do this is if you do it this way, there's just enough room for you to squeeze in a nice 55-mile-an-hour merge. And this will make sense here in a moment. All right. Turn that off. So now we can bring our track down here, and when we cross over here, see how it's at 55 miles an hour? And we can do that on each side, and this makes us nice and uniform. Consistent. Not that it has to be 55. I just think it looks better at 55. All right. So one of the mods I downloaded to make this part a little easier to deal with is, how many do we have? We got 4 hubs. 2. Yeah, we got 4 platforms we're dealing with here. So we're going to need 4 tracks. Actually need 5 because the end one needs to be high speed. All right. And I think you'll see where I'm going with this. Anyways, yeah, this little tool is pretty neato. All right, so now this will be our outside track. Then we simply just extend our tracks here. You want to get them close, but don't connect them because it's not perfectly lined up and they'll move. So you want to get them close, and then just at the very last bit, we had an extra one there. This one on the end. We'll do the same thing when we bring this one up. You can see it's blended on both sides right now. At some point here, it'll split. And I always try to get a nice connection before the split. If I just bring it through, did I pick the wrong size? I may have picked the wrong size. I can remember if it's number 4 or number 5 I gotta pick. I think it might be number 6. Oh, there it went. All right. Same up here. All right. Put a little couple signals in here. Now I did download my signal pack. The problem is I don't know which signals to use where yet. So rather than looking stupid, I'm just using the vanilla ones until I get a little bit better understanding of what the different signals are. So we want to come in on the right track, go out on the left track. And believe it or not, actually get it hooked up. What I typically do is I like to come off the inside track first. Then match it over here. I haven't put any stops on that side or any signals. So we do got to put our signals in here. Through. Stop before the merge, basically. Now, because we don't want trains blocking any of these crossovers, I try not to signal anywhere inside that area so that we don't have any accidental tails just kind of blocking a train. Does that make sense? I'm sure it does. All right, so we got in. Got out. It's been here, so we gotta be careful where we put our ends. And we're coming up on 30 minutes here, so yeah, we're just a little over right now. So I think we're going to go ahead and do our line, put a train on it, and at least get our lumber going. So let's go ahead and get our line built here. Again, you got to have demand or else it won't trigger. I knew there was a reason why I did all this. All right, so let's go and put in our delivery for where it needs the tools. I probably deleted all those. Yeah. So this is where it would like tools. It's kind of in this sector. I think I'm going to put a drop off right here. And that should help the tools grow quite a bit there. So we're going to create a line for tools. Boom to boom. I'll name it offline so that I'm not wasting your time. Our little truck depot just outside of town here. Make them drive a little ways. All right, so we're going to buy a truck and we're just going to skip to the Big Daddy. All right. So we now have a truck delivering tools. That should generate demand. We will need a train delivering tools from here to there. So let's get our try to reserve green for passenger trains. So I guess brown for wood lumber. We're going go from here to pick up only logs. We're going to pick up only lumber. Actually, then we're just going to go back empty. Yeah, we're just going to go back empty. Because if memory serves, you need 2 logs per lumber. And I'm going to need to start naming these real, so I'm not going to know what these are for doing. For now, we're going to call this freight train Arvada wood. That's a good name for it. And then we need a line going from here, here, the train. Bulk lumber to tools. And honestly, on the way back, may drop off tools at Arvada. Why don't we call this Arvada? Deliver tools. Don't like that, clearly. I had one platform going one way. This is where we need our through. Okay. Well, let's bring one of these platforms through, at least for now. Clean it up later. so at least let that work. All right, let's go add Arvada back in. There we go. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's not pretty, but it'll get the job done. All right, so we got 2 new lines that we need to add trains to. I had a depot around here somewhere. Did I get rid of it? Yeah, I got rid of it. I need to add a depot anyway, so let's add an actual depot. Come off that track. And we're going to double slip it everywhere. This will allow us to add trains for right now. Alrighty. So we need a... Oh, and I downloaded a whole bunch of European locomotives for freight that had about the same tractive effort as our American counterpart. I just wanted some diversity. So I really don't know each of these trains very well right now. So I think are they all 87 miles an hour? That figures. None of them will do 99. Well, I think for now we'll go ahead and do my American one here. And we'll go ahead and do our all cargo mod. Oh, that's right. It's only 79 miles an hour either. I knew there was a reason why I didn't care anymore. Yeah, this one will do 99, but it doesn't do all cargo. Like, see, it won't do planks. It won't do the gondolas, things like that. So this one does all cargo, but it'll only go 80 miles an hour. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and use one of these European. We'll just pick one. It doesn't have to be super pretty. We'll do the one that says cargo. I think I've been doing 11 or 12 on each of these. Yeah, it looks like 12 wagons. This fits 306 and we have 320. Oh, wow, that thing must be super powerful because it's still excellent. Put this on that. Buy another one. And we'll put this one on that. It's a Little Rock tram. And I do Passenger M for Metro. Yeah, typically Metros I like to reserve this little bluish. Line 2, I believe, is Arvada wood or tool delivery. This is going to be Freight Road, Beta Tools. Try to keep all of our UPS brown. Alrighty. Well, let's go watch one of these guys. Hopefully they're doing what we expect. Got a long haul over there to get some wood. Chugging along at 79 miles an hour. Let's see if we've got wood queuing up for him. Should. How far over are we? We're at 51 minutes. We're already way longer than I wanted to be. All right. Well, we do have wood queuing up. And I think with that, we will call this an episode. So please come back. Join us next time where we will continue flushing out our tool line here and clean up some of this. I really am trying to keep these episodes shorter, guys. I apologize. Thanks for sticking with me. Have a good one. Bye, everyone.